Alrighty. Hello and welcome. My name is Zilla, and this is part 16 of my live stream of The Forgotten City, a game about an ancient Roman city lost underground. Apologies, we need to go through the setup because there was a bit of a problem the last time I was playing this game. But it should be fine. So hi, feel free to join in the chat. Say hi if you're here. If you are new to my streams and you don't want to be spoiled, this is likely to be the last stream in this series because we have gotten to now 2 of 4 endings. I am hoping to see them all, and I think we can get to both of the other endings today. So if you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and play through on your own before watching, or catch up on my live streams on my channel, Zilla's Athenaeum on YouTube. And if you'd like a brief roundup of what the story is about, I will get into that as soon as I've made sure that we are loading properly. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so spoilers start here. So, quick recap. We are an archaeologist who woke up on the banks of the Tiber in Italy, and a strange woman named Karen asked us to go into an ancient ruin, Roman ruin on the banks that had not been explored. So we went in there after some guy named Al and found this time portal to back when this Roman city was thriving in 64 CE. Now, after a whole lot of poking about, we discovered that this is, in fact, the underworld. And not only is it the Roman underworld, or not only is everyone here dead and Roman, but there were other underworlds here before, and if you go into the Undercity, you can find a Greek underworld, an Egyptian underworld, and, at the bottom, a Sumerian underworld. So, there is this rule that if anyone in the city sins, for whatever that means, everyone will be killed. Everyone will be shot by these golden statues and turned into statues themselves. This has clearly happened numerous times before. We've had a lot of philosophical conversations about what the deal with the rule is, but it seems to be being perpetrated by Dis, Pluto, the god of the underworld, also Hades, Osiris, etc. And we also found out, most recently, that although there does not seem to be a way out, there is actually a way out through the upper cistern. And Sentius, the effectively mayor, has been hiding that fact by keeping his daughter Centilla locked up in there and having the only key on him, and making it out like anybody who wants to get up there is trying to poison the city. So, we've gotten a couple of endings. One by just straight up killing Sentius, which was hilarious and bad. One by letting Centilla kill Sentius, which got her and us out, and got us some very weird information from Charon about how this is all coming together. Apparently there were only 1,000 specific Charon obols in all of history that would send you to this particular underworld. And it just so happened that it kept getting people here in batches rather than, one at a time. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Why are we up here? Well, I don't know. Well, This is not where we ended last time, so I guess it did not save us closer to where I thought we should be. Let's see what we can do. That whisper would be Proserpina, or Persephone. She also wishes to help you out of the underworld. A strange place for us to have wound up. Yeah, sure. Let's... go ahead and get some extra money. Never hurts. How much money do I have at this point? Not much. Wait, what just happened? Nothing. Okay. Had a weird moment there where I thought I was seeing something else. That was my bad. Yeah, let's go fast, like Sonic. I'm sure that joke was hilarious. Don't tell me otherwise. Just above there. Alrighty. Horatius standing around. Domitius. Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. Okay, so this is open. Oh, we can talk to him now.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
I want you to withdraw.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa, uninvited, and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win? Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the
We'll
Golden
see.
Rule. How?
See if I can get him
Could
to
you
back down or
possibly know
not.
that?
I wonder what happens if I lie to him.
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure
So he says the
Segus is
same thing no
involved
matter
somehow.
what we say.
And now, I'm going to enjoy
This is my
watching
cat,
Demetrius
Freya.
kill him even more.
Say
Now,
hi, kitty face.
Get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I can get Claudia to talk to me. I know there's a way to do it. I've gotten her to talk to me once before, but I screwed it up.
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who
that
just
not
barged
enough?
into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I'm receiving strange women in private. The dainty little thing from next door? Of course not. As much as I despise her father, I would never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
Okay. I do not know how I am supposed to get her to talk to me.
Finally! This is outrageous.
Yes. Outrageous. Absolutely terrible.
How did you get in there, you cheeky little sturkers? If I cop an earful from
On your best
Malleo's,
behaviour, I
I'll
trust.
Well, that was funny.
Are they?
Fortune smile on you, sister. Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked.
What
How
worked?
is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
Okay.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a
How
bit
far
like...
back did it send me?
What was his
Oh
name?
my goodness.
Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king. A long
Yes,
time.
yes.
He was forcing him. Tantalus. Oh. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right?
Oh, hopefully
Oh,
I'm gonna
and
break
if
you
our
out of the
conversations
underworld.
ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Okay, what did I have you do? Yulia's not here? What's up?
Feeling all right? Sure. What do you want to know?
Where is she?
How did you know that? Yes, she did mutter something about the only way out. A few times, but nothing more than that, I'm afraid. Gladly.
Never mind.
That's a shame.
Okay.
Thanks again for saving Yulia's life.
So
Apollo
Yulia is
smiles
up and
upon you.
about. Okay. So I'm really confused. So is everybody up at the upper cistern?
I hope you're coping.
Hey you. Hey you. You're free now, so what's the deal?
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest.
So what are you doing up here?
You mean my life story? Oh, well, I grew up as part of
No,
a big
I'm not
family.
actually
it was a good.
interested
We must have.
in
But
this
my employer.
anymore.
I remembered. Thank you. I consider myself fortunate.
At least you're still
At
alive.
least I'm still alive.
Huh. Okay.
All right. Thank you again for saving my life.
Alright. Okay. So... You're alive. Ulpius is alive. I mean, alive. They're not actually here.
Salve, friend.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm very confused about the point at which I find myself. Sorry about that. What are you actually doing, Octavia?
Salve, friend.
I don't think I want to know. Or rather, I don't think she'll answer me. Okay, so that being the case, excuse me.
Salve.
What are you doing up here, Rufius? Contemplating the fate of the Danaids. Alright, yes, he listens with their ears. So, have I already... Don't want that. Should read the bounty notice.
Salve!
Ove.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind. How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
Because I'm awesome, that's why. Okay. I can't take it. I have to look it up. How do I get this conversation to happen? Huh.
Get out of my villa before I have Domitius throw you out.
Oh. I guess I only get one shot at that. We'll have to try again next time. And by next time, I mean next time through the loop. I'm going to
How come you're
go
allowed a weapon and I'm not?
and get into the upper cistern. Oh right, I have to go through the lower cistern for that.
Hey, you're not
Oh
thinking
right,
about going
we're
into
probably
the
going to have to
cistern, are you?
shoot a zombie for this.
Well, it's your funeral.
I'm allowed a weapon, and you're not, because I can shoot zombies. Okay. Well, hopefully it kept all that stuff from last time. Otherwise, this is going to be very strange. Okay. In we go. So, go and there it is. Alright. Phew. Only took one arrow. So, here we are in the lower cistern. And, oh right, now we have to make our way back up to the upper cistern. How we can climb these vines and shoot at the same time, I have absolutely no notion. But I guess that's just how the game works. One more. Alright. back in the upper cistern. And if I've done this right, this is going to get us ending number 3. Poor Scintilla.
Who are you? Did he send you? Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back. What? God, am I going out of my mind? Are you going to let me go or not? How did you know? Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Okay, so it looks like it did keep what I did before, and Galerius has rounded up everybody who might make it out. I've tried to save absolutely everybody I could.
With Scintilla? Where is she?
You're really just terrible.
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al. Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 9? Not a lot compared with Al, but I've seized every day, nonetheless. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
I just can't wrap my head around his motivations. Like, reliving the same day over and over forever, even if you are the magistrate of a town. Like, why? Why lie to people? Why not just leave? Is power really that important to you? If so, you could just be a good leader and lead everybody out when you found out there was a way out. I do also have questions about, like, how he found Al's suicide note, what broke the rule when Al died, because clearly he was shot after he hanged himself, but we know that suicide by itself isn't enough. I just have so many questions.
Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow?
Well, yes, but
Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on! We have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey! What's happening to you?
Broken the cycle,
That light,
and the
it's
others
so
are
bright.
free. Let's see what happens. What information will we get out of Charon this time? It's Al.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fray. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
So, one thing that's been interesting is when I just killed Sentius. Oh, I guess I was in a different location when I killed Sentius, wasn't I? So I killed Sentius, and I was standing in the middle of a ruin. And I guess there was no way out from there because I wasn't up here in the Upper Cistern. Oh, this makes so much more sense. Okay. Well, no wonder Al was pissed at me. I wonder if you kill Sentius up here, what happens? I'm not gonna try, but I don't think I've chosen this
Funny
option.
you should ask.
Okay.
I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
Yep, that was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
It is really funny that Galerius is more genre savvy than Al. If I ever play this game again, I might have to go as Betty, just because I can't stop thinking that every time I talk to this guy. I'm wondering, actually, about his name. I had been wondering since the beginning why they named him this, but given what Charon says about him and what Sentius says about him, I think he's, you know, like the ideal man. You know, some kind of, you know, ultimate virtuous mensch. And so he is worth it all, or everyone is worthwhile, or something
I'm sorry,
like that.
come again?
I really don't understand why I have no choice but to tell him about his suicide. That seems
Let me see that.
to say
God,
the
why does
least.
this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following. So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Yep.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping a bunch of others to escape. That's a lot to take in. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
Okay. Okay. I do kind of wonder if you can walk back here at the beginning of the game. I don't think you can, because I'm pretty sure I tried. But I might try again later.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
Giving us us a chance to talk to Charon alone. Run!
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find out? Ah, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
I wonder what happens if we go the playing
Really?
along route.
Sounds amazing.
Oh!
And did you... Oh, look! Here he comes.
Wow.
Wow! It's so good to see you. You were gone so
That's
long I thought I'd never
disappointing.
see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of... well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... what?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Et al. Oh, now I get it. Okay, so this is a Latin pun, et al, being shortened from et alia and others. It's so sad that Galerius didn't make it out. Our fluffy little cinnamon rolls. Neither of them. But, in any case, so, the worth of other people, I guess. Cute. Very cute.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
So
And
it did
you?
change her name.
Are you ready to go home?
Alright. We've now gotten 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3, rather. And I would very much like to see ending 4. I do appreciate the credits, but we've already seen them roll. So, let's go back, see where we start. Ah. So we're up here. I don't know what day it is. Galerius. Be gone. So, hopefully, this means that I can now go back, start a new day, and she'll guide me, will she?
Fortune's smile on you, sister.
Here.
Citizen.
Ulpius? Okay, so it's after I saved Ulpius. Well, that's cool, but weird. What can I do to get this day moving? There's Dooley. You know, there is something in town I don't know if I've ever shown you. Aha! That's probably my problem. I didn't realize I had to take it. I don't know if I've ever gone up this way and shown you the Roman latrine, which is actually incredibly accurate. So we have these rows of Roman toilets. So you sit on the top, you do your business, and then you use the infamous sponge on a stick. Best to put this back immediately. Yes. Yeah. No kidding. So they didn't own their own toilet sponges, they just had them in the latrines. Oh, so gross. But they did live. And this poor fella got shot on the toilet. And in traditional toilet fashion, we have graffiti. Oh, Memenisse semper vigilabant. Remember, they're always watching. And we have an image of someone with a bow shooting. Hic Theophilus sexus coitus cum quattuorque laefecit et omnem aeque frustravit. Didn't we have this in another place too? Here Theophilus had sex with four girls and disappointed all of them equally. I feel like we've seen that elsewhere, but I guess he tried it a couple of times. Anyway, 'cause yeah, I found that a while ago, but I'm not sure I actually found it on stream. Where am I? Oh, I'm up by the Donates. So, what can I do to end this day faster? Equitia isn't here. Oh wait, have I talked to Malleolus? Let's go see if I have or not.
Salve.
Goodness knows where in the day I am. Can I talk to you again?
Get out of my villa
No.
before
Okay.
I have Domitius throw you out.
Ah. DJ Trundlebot asks, were latrines segregated by sex? Not to my knowledge, no. I think they were meant for use by everybody.
So you
Although...
survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
Ooh, that's an interesting bit of dialogue. Come back to that when I'm done with the question. So the public ones were generally not segregated, to my knowledge. Someone might correct me on that. But they did have them attached to bathhouses, and the bathhouses were segregated. So those you would generally get single-sexed, and oftentimes some of the richer villas would have them inside the villa, so very similar to how we do it. But yeah, I don't know that the public ones that were just latrines were sex segregated.
Don't you just love
It would have been like
springtime?
them. But I just don't know. Okay, so back to what Domitius just said to us, where he said, a stroke of fortuna. So Fortuna, the personified goddess of fortune, that almost sounds like something Horatius would have said, because Seneca and the Stoics were all about don't trust in your luck, don't trust in Fortuna to save you. So just because you've had good luck till now, it doesn't mean that you'll have it always, and just because you've had bad luck till now doesn't mean you're stuck. Trust yourself, not the whims of fortune. So Domitius saying to us that it was just, a stroke of fortuna that saved us from the cistern is really kind of fascinating. I like that he and Horatius, even though their personalities are utterly different, have these things in common, just in subtle ways. They're both bodyguards to powerful men. They both sort of see themselves as the rightful enforcer, and they both have this sort of distrust, or at least sort of philosophical motivation regarding making your own way. Okay, so I think the quickest thing to do is to steal the Silphium. So now I run.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the
Try
one.
not to get killed. I'm not following Sentius, I'm leading him. Oof. Alright. Here we go. Those Huntress statues are so interesting. So I wonder... I'm gonna wait here until my health kicks back together. Wonder if they're meant to be the Furies. Like, I wonder if that's the deal. They don't look anything like the Furies are described. The Furies are described with wild whipping hair and torch brands and whips. But Diana is certainly not an underworld goddess. Although they do mention her as being an underworld
Salve,
goddess in her
friend.
shrine here.
Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Okay. I
Sounds
will
serious.
get Galerius
I'm
to
listening.
take care of everything but the assassin.
Yulia? Oh no. All right, I can do that. Poor Virgil. Poor Rufius too, I guess. All right, got it.
Okay.
I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
I probably won't. But, let's zip on over to help out Fabia. Because, of course, what I'm really interested in is what's inside that temple up
You
top.
have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon.
Me too.
You have to do something, or he's going
It's
to break
his
the
weapon.
golden rule. Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. What? Why? All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Yep. Yep. It would be kind of neat if we knew the assassin's name. Feels like something we ought to be able to get out of him, and yet.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Christmas, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? Thank you.
I love
for
that
your
Proserpina
service to
tells
the
us to
Empire.
lie.
I'll let you
So
live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
What about the priestess? I still don't know what she's on about the priestess. That's what you get for not reading the note.
Curse you, cultist.
I like that he puts his bow away rather than beware! Shrine may collapse at any moment. I love that. Okay. So now, here is the thing, I think.
Thank you.
Can I talk to you yet?
I am.
Yes.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
Can I confront you about it now? I can. Fabulous.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the
barely
only
even
person
see
with the
it.
condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted? I trust you can see yourself out.
Now will Claudia talk to us? Come on, Claudia. Come on, girl. Give me the dirt.
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me?
Here we go.
An intriguing proposition. Go on. Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that?
It's not just a hunch.
I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
Well, we have to stick together.
I couldn't agree more. One hand washes the other, as they say. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
Or like this.
I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out?
So, just in case pleb was a bit odd there. So, the Roman class system was divided into the patricians, the elite, the equites, the knights, those who could afford to own their own horse, and the plebeians, the lower working classes, and then slaves, obviously, because all of these cultures had slaves. It used to be very commonplace. So when she calls me a pleb, she is assuming my class by the way that I dress, because I look like a complete foreigner, and I don't have enough jewelry or whatever to make me seem like a wealthy foreigner. So she's being very patronizing, but So why do you want wine?
Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counselling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it.
So, here we have a little bit about upper class, really generally culturally Roman gender relations. Obviously, patrician women were considered to be above other classes of women and those other classes of men, but they were distinctly secondary to upper class men. The head of a household, you've probably heard the term pater familias, I was taking a course in a related culture where they have these logograms, and the word for father literally is a hand with a dagger. And the reason why, probably, at least for that, but at least in Roman law, the paterfamilias has the power of life and death over his entire family. And a Roman upper-class man locking up his wife like this is not unheard of. Especially since she basically just confided in us that she's a functional alcoholic. So it's very... No one in his class, like, say, Sentius, would think it at all strange that Malleolus made this decision in these circumstances. Which shines an interesting light on the plight of Scintilla, don't you think? Because he could have just locked Scintilla up in some place where people would know where she was, and just said, oh, she's hysterical, she's run mad, like, it wouldn't have been that hard, but instead, he locked her in the upper cistern because he didn't want even a breath of the truth to get out. Whereas it doesn't matter what Claudia says, unless she has dirt. Now, it's also not an uncommon story for women of this class to have a lot of power behind the scenes. With Emperor Augustus in particular, first his mother and then his wife Livia, both were extremely powerful women. His mother was known to sleep around a lot and ask for lots of favors from the men that she slept with. How much of that is slander versus what actually happened, it's hard to say. Just like Cleopatra, everybody slanders her, oh, she died a romantic death for Mark Antony. No. She was a political genius and a strong ruler who was maneuvering around the politics of her time. And so Claudia having this power, this ability to, help him with his campaign, probably write his speeches, completely reasonable, completely something that would happen, and completely something that he wouldn't want being spoken about during the election, or the day leading up to the election. These rumors spread about, like, if you're interested in Greek history, Pericles' wife Aspasia was said to be so amazingly brilliant that she not only ran all of his campaigns, but she was Socrates' instructor and teacher. So, there's a lot of powerful women in the background because the men take all the credit. But we still hear about it.
So, you'll help me?
I will help you.
Thank you. Here's the letter.
Quintius to beloved Claudia. For a time I despaired at the thought of being trapped here for the rest of my life, but then I met you, and discovered that as long as I'm with you, I'm exactly where I should be. Mere words cannot express my affection for you, and so I will perform a grand gesture in your honor. I will become this city's magistrate, so that I may govern with wisdom and strength with you by my side. That's really fascinating! I assumed when she said it was an old letter from when he still cared for her that it was from before they died. But this is so clearly so recent. They've only been here for months. They haven't even been together that long. Where was Claudia living before Malleolus married her? That's what I want to know.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is.
I can.
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
No.
What? No. You tricked me, you mendacious little stirkers.
Well, she went very quickly from one side to the other there, calling me a little shit. Mendacious little shit. Mendax, the word for liar. I really like that word. I love the sound of it. So that's the I didn't lie to you. It was mendacious. But it is really interesting that she still has that much affection for him. Not uncommon, even in situations that are abusive, for there to be a lot of love underneath it. Don't let anybody fool you. Love is not enough.
It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all along and you deliberately concealed it. May Jupiter cut you down.
Oh, I don't think Jupiter has much say down here. Jupiter being the king of the gods, known in Greek as Zeus. And I don't know, I wouldn't think of him as you know, the one to bring retribution for lies, but I guess I don't know who else would be, so fair enough. Fair enough.
I curse you. I curse your life and mind and memory. May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths.
Already done.
This is outrageous.
It is outrageous. But Dees has already done his worst. I think that's kind of the point.
You again. What is it now? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition.
I'm interested.
Alexander the Great had it
Interested
too,
that they have us go through this chat again.
I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
What do you mean I can't prove it? I just took the letter.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted? Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Ah, here we go. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yes. I did just want to point out that Marcus Malleolus Gurgis and Quinctius, neither of those are real names that I could find when I was looking into it. So this is a personification of Nero's castigation of the Christians and scapegoating them for the fire. No one really knows who started the fire of 64, but the most common historical consensus was that it was an accident, essentially.
So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you, what? One of Nero's assassins?
Ha! So I could kill him right here.
So, you're not going to kill me?
Right. So, I want everybody out of debt bondage.
Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'll let me live?
So, if you missed that part of the playthrough, both Julia and Ulpius, who were both so distraught about their situations that they end up making a suicide pact and attempting to carry it out, got scammed by Malleolus and the barkeep. I haven't talked to her in so long, I've forgotten her name. She hits on everybody, including you. Into borrowing 1,000 denarii from Malleolus, and then, of course, they can't pay it back, and also the way out that they borrowed it for is just a draft of hemlock with poison. So, all that work and money for enslaving a couple of your fellow condemned souls. You jerk.
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There. You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
Happily. That may, in fact, be the last time we have to speak to him. Excellent, excellent.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
Fascinating little conversation. I love all the new information we get every time something changes. So, he's on his way to tell Equitia, and I...
Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Oh, excellent. Now I need to find Galerius. Hey. Ooh. Can't hear it, but that's nice. Cool. Alright. Well, let's see what we can do. Seems they'll give us that bit of dialogue no matter how far away we are, since we are well out of earshot. Are you here, Galerius? No. Okay. Maybe he's at his farm. Oof. Are. Alright, let's see if you can
Salve
be
again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
I really don't want to hear about Sisyphus again.
Sisyphus was a Greek... Anyway, so, I'll tell you what.
Alright. Now we'll get into it.
That's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Okay, I have to talk to you again.
I saw you slide down that rope before.
Right.
Very impressive. And strange, too, since that device you used is exactly the same as one I've been working on for weeks. Oh, of course! It's because I already gave it to you in a previous time loop, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a
So
favor?
many side quests.
What? How did you know? Oh, I see. We've talked about it in a
Saving your
previous
life
didn't we?
4 times
Well,
over, man.
What did she say? Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh,
You're so cute.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me. I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but I don't have much to offer you.
Run for
All
mayor.
I can do is tell you where
Magistrate.
there's a secret stash of coins you might be interested in. Thank you, friend. But I'd feel bad if I didn't tell you anyway. In the rock tunnel, near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path, and I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you. I hope that helps in some way.
It doesn't, but I want you to run for magistrate.
I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. That's good enough for me.
You know, one thing that always makes me think about, especially just after talking to Claudia, Malleolus believes in freedom. Do you think that really includes someone like Dooley? Somebody whose mental state is seen as lesser? I don't think it does. I think Malleolus is a bit of a fascist. But what can we say? We can say that Malleolus withdrew.
He did? Oh, that was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do that. Well, I guess it's time for me to step up then.
It
I'll let
is.
Equitia know I'll be running.
Excellent.
All right, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
That's my plan. I wonder if I need to talk people into voting for Galerius. Let's go see. Hey, buddy.
Welcome to my humble store. Greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. My friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well. Ask me what you will.
Oh,
I hope that
no.
our paths cross again
I
soon, my friend.
I hit the down arrow one too many times.
Hello
My bad.
again, my sartorial friend. What is on your mind?
That's how you can tell I'm playing live. I would edit that out, but I'm absolutely not going to go through the trouble of doing so.
Sendius, I suppose. I wouldn't say I hold him in the highest esteem, but he has managed to keep order so far. Nothing comes to my mind, my friend.
Okay, interesting.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
I don't think he was, Maybe I have to wait for Galerius and Equitia to talk.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Where is Galerius anyway? Well, I know you were going to vote for Malleolus.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
Well, that animation isn't doing so super well. That's okay.
Ah, a new face. Salve.
I desperately
Welcome to a
want to
little
know your
community.
real name.
My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just
I
call
couldn't
me
figure
Virgil.
out what Ulpius's real
I
name
really
was
have you
either.
to thank for saving Julia's
If anybody knows what a
I'm
Hebrew
glad
name
you
that might
arrived
get
when you did.
transliterated as romanized as Ulpius is. I'd really love to know. It is a real Roman name, and I did find mentions of people of specifically Judeans taking that name, but nothing about what their original name was.
Galerius, definitely. He put an end to the notes and graffiti I've been
Oh.
receiving.
Wonderful.
All right.
Good.
Nice to talk to you.
What about you?
Hello there, friend. May I say, that is a glorious bow you're carrying. Do you mind if I ask where you acquired it? Well, I'll take your word for it. But perhaps you'd be interested in selling it to me. I mean, it's not as if you have any use for it down here. Now you're talking, I'm interested. How about 100 denarii? Oh, that's a little excessive, don't you think? It's not the bow of Ulysses we're talking about.
Oh, there's a fun thing to talk about. So, the bow of Ulysses, or that which is the Roman name for Odysseus. So, for those of you who have not recently had your head stuck all the way into Greek mythology, which I always do, the very end of the Odyssey, well, a bit before the end, I suppose, we have Odysseus comes home to Penelope under the guise of an old beggar, and he finds his hall overrun with these men who've been trying to get her to remarry. And she sets up a competition, says, okay, whoever can use Odysseus's bow to shoot through these 12 axe handles, and boy, there have been a lot of discussions about what exactly shooting through the axe handles means. I think that generally the picture is that, like, the hole where the axe head would go is what we're talking about. Will get to marry her. So all the suitors come up and try to string this bow, and they can't. Not because it's impossibly strong, but because there's a trick to it. Now, that's one of those fun little things in the lore where Odysseus, he is smart, he is good at fighting, he does have all of those things behind him, but the real thing about him is his mind, and he's clever, and he's tricky, and he's persuasive. So, of course, there's a trick to his bow, and of course his wife knows the trick and knows that no one can figure it out, and all of these things. There's a lot of back and forth. I won't go into all of it. But, basically, the old beggar steps up, and all of the suitors are like, yeah, let him try it. And he strings the bow, shoots straight through all the axe heads, and then turns and shoots all of the suitors. Because we can't get out of this without there being lots of murder. I don't really know why he wants the bow of Odysseus, though, why that's the famous one, because actually the bow of Hercules is much more famous in terms of being incredibly powerful. Now that, at one point, Hercules lent to, oh gosh, I've just lost his name. There's a mythological figure who was lent the bow of Hercules for war, and on the way to the Trojan War, he trespassed onto some sacred precinct of Zeus and was bitten by a poisonous snake and became crippled. And so they left him behind on an island while they went off to war. And actually, this is part of how the Trojan War actually ends. fact, they say that, you know, one of the only things that can overcome Trojan defenses is the bow of Hercules, and so Odysseus has to go back. Well, Odysseus sends someone other times. Go and persuade him to give up the bow. Not to come, but to give up the bow. Ridiculous.
All right. But I'm going to need you to tell me before I pay up. Wait. Let's not be too hasty, friend. I just want a little assurance that I can trust you, that's all. I suppose you're right. All right, you drive a hard bargain, but here's your money.
Wow.
Now, the location of that bow. What? But I already knew that, you imbecile. Everyone knows that. I can't take that golden bow because stealing from the goddess in her own shrine would break the golden rule. You promised to tell me where I could get one of my own.
Well, it's the same trick he uses.
Some kind of joke? I don't believe this is happening. Don't even talk to me.
Oh my gosh, that was fun. I didn't know I could do that. That was really funny. I hope it didn't screw me up. I genuinely have no idea. I'm gonna just... Maybe I'll just...
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkers?
Yeah.
What now?
Who are you going to vote for?
I'm not going.
An extension. Interesting.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
Okay, so... I have no idea if that's good enough, and I don't know where Ekotia went.
Citizen. Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Galerius. Sorted out my rheumatism. For the first time in a long time, I'm not in constant pain. Good man.
Okay.
Fine.
Good. You know what I need to do? I need to go save Ulpius. Actually, I wonder if I need to save Ulpius or if he'll have gotten word somehow. But let's go check.
Salve, friend. Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Bit on edge.
That's good.
Trying to
in a
move
sense.
forward, you know.
If you're not on edge, you've not been paying attention. But on the bright side, once you've been here a few months, it's... well...
I know we're running long this time, but stick with me. I'm pretty sure we're about to get
I remember when I
to what I want to see.
I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here?
Oh no! Oh no! Why is the internet doing this? Oh, is it about to make me do another week? Okay. Are we back? I think we're back.
Alright, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it is.
Oh no. No. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
You're not, though.
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Hold on a minute. Okay. So, just checking to make sure that the stream is still caught up. But it looks like it's going. I really hope that it's going.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact, and she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that. What? Are you messing with me?
Why would I do that?
We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Yulia immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
Don't worry about
I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Alright. Good. Right. So I think that's everyone who can vote. Maybe I can go and start the election.
Salve, friend.
Are you? Where are you? Goodness.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
The newcomer arranged it somehow.
Really? That's...
Where on earth is Equitia? Maybe she's visiting Dooley. Well, there's Galerius. She's not in here yet.
Fortune smile on you, sister.
Fortune smile on you too. It's interesting that they don't use Fortuna for that. But seriously, where on earth, where in Dees, is Equitia? Have I talked about this back room? I don't think I have. So this is a very common setup for a Greek or Roman theater, with the amphitheater out front, although this is a very small one with only a few rows, and then a stage, as well as this this sort of center area. So the stage would be for sort of set pieces. The proverbial machina would go up there, and a lot of the action, particularly any dancing, would happen down here. And then this little backstage area is where they would keep extra set dressings, costume changes, anything like that. Oftentimes, they have exits from there as well, but not always. So I'm looking for the priestess, but I don't know where she went. I haven't really spent much time following Equitia around. Is she home? Equitia! I'd like to start the election. Oh, yes, there you are.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Galerius, the challenger. Why do you ask? As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk. But I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason. Yes. I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll get things started right away.
Excellent. So let's see what happens now that we have Galerius set up to be elected.
Citizens,
Goodness. I never noticed this. I wonder what's up there. What is the point? Oh! Fascinating. Let's see what happens now. I have no idea what's about to happen. I really hope that Galerius will get elected. I hope that alienating Decius didn't do any harm, but I couldn't even ask him who he was voting for, so I can't imagine why it would. Kind of fascinating as a game mechanic, right? In waiting on the outcome of an election that you don't get to participate in. It's a little bit dark, given the last couple of weeks.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius. Dacius.
Sentius.
3.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your
3 and
decision.
3.
But it seems we have a draw. In the absence of a clear consensus, Sentius shall continue as acting magistrate until a new election is held, 1 month from today.
My fellow citizens, today you have sent me a message, and I want you to know I have heard it loud and clear. I vow to spend the next month winning back your trust. Thank you for this opportunity, and may the gods watch over you.
You and your rival, whatever your name is, you're responsible for this, aren't you? Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Shut up and let the magistrate speak.
Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day.
That's fascinating.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Wait, I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable. Exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
And here we go.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay. Well, this has gone on almost 2 hours, and I didn't quite get it. So, I'll tell you what. I am going to set it up again, and we will complete ending 4 next weekend. I really thought this was going to be the last. I really thought the last time was going to be the last one, but at least we got ending 3. So thanks for coming along with me, and I will see you next weekend. Wish you well.